asking you all a question. I know you read the story Tomas Rivera yesterday, and you were just trying to figure out what type of character he was. Am I right? Yeah, so you were going over some of the important things he said and did, right, to figure out what kind of character he was? So today we're going to do something a little bit different. Today, what we're going to work on in our story is figuring out some tricky words and tricky phrases and what they actually mean in the story. So I want to start with a quick turn and talk, okay? With your shoulder partner, tell them, what do you do when you're reading and you come to a tricky word? Go ahead and turn and talk, and I'll listen.
Sound it out. Sound it out. Sound it out. Sound it out. Skip it. Then read it to make sure that makes sense.
That's a good idea.
Tricky words on level 14.
I'm on level 16. Oh, level 14. You,
All right. Classity class?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to try that one again. Classity class?
Yes.
And everyone with their bodies in their chairs and their mouths closed, bubbles, hands on their desks, and looking at me. Excellent, Marielle, just like that. Daniel, did I get that right? Yes, just like Daniel. And just like Anthony. Bottoms in those chairs, waiting for a few more. So I heard some very smart things that you do when you come to a tricky word when you're reading. Who wants to share? Let's start over here. Yamalin, what's one thing you do when you come to a tricky word when you're reading?
I sound it out.
She sounds it out. I want, if you came up with the same thing, because I heard that a lot when I went around the room. If you have the same thing, go ahead and give your brain a tap. You got a brain match with Yamalin. Excellent. Who can tell me something different? What else could you do when you come to a tricky word in your reading? Alea. Skip it, go back to it, sound it out again. Ooh, any brain matches around the room with Alea? You people do the same thing as you. We've got some smart readers in this room. Let me see, over here. Ron, what did you share with your shoulder partner?
Cover the words.
Okay, when you say cover the words, what do you mean?
Cover a part of it.
Cover a part of it. And then what do you do with the part that's showing? Oh my goodness, do you know what he's talking about?
No.
He is doing something that we call chunking, right? Cover a part, read a part that you know, uncover a little bit more. That's chunking it. Awesome.
It's like
I'm waiting for one more quiet hand that I can call on. Melvin.
at somebody. If they know the word, then they come up and say it.
So you can ask somebody if they know the word, but you don't stop there. You come back and then you read it for yourself. Am I hearing you correctly? Pretty cool stuff. Now sometimes, boys and girls, those are all great ideas, but sometimes we know how to read the words in our story, but we have to figure out what they mean. So that's what we're going to practice today. And how we're going to practice that is by looking at the words all around in the sentence and looking at the pictures to help us figure out what these words mean. So we're going to go ahead and start with our story called Tomas Rivera. And yesterday you read the whole thing, so today we're just going to read a few pieces from Tomas Rivera. Okay, when you don't know what a word or a group of words means, what we're going to focus on today is using the words around it in the sentence and using the pictures to help us. Okay, are my readers ready?
Yes.
I need everyone to turn to page 130 in their book. It looks like this. And I need everyone to put one finger up in the air when you get there, and then lay that finger on the first word. Let me see who's ready.
Ready.
Finger on the first word.
What?
Just like this. I'm going to read the words. I want you to touch the words as I read them. Okay? Tomas Rivera was born in Texas. Tomas and his family went from place to place picking crops. Let's look at page 130. Finger on the first word. Touch the words as I read. Tomas helped pick crops all day. It was a lot of work. When the work was done, Tomas would talk with his grandpa. Let's go ahead and stop there for a moment. I want us to pay attention to this phrase. I'm blocking it. This phrase right here. It says, place to place picking crops. Let's think about that for a second. It's on page 130. And I'm going to give you your think sheets for today. Because we're going to do a little bit of work with that phrase. Place to place picking crops.
Where we did this though?
This looks like the worksheet from yesterday, doesn't it? It's a little bit different though.
Guys, yesterday we worked on the character traits and text evidence. So today we're going to talk about something different. It looks very similar, but it's different. And it's all going to help us better understand the story.
All right.
Similar is a vocab word. Excellent. Good connection, Mary Ellen.
So let's go ahead and focus on that phrase, place to place picking crops. On the first box, or in the first box, right here.
You have one more?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mr. Diaz. So right here, see where it says word or phrase? And you know what? Let me just clarify something really quickly, okay? Phrase means a group of words. Okay, can you guys say that? Group of words. Everyone say that. Group of words. So the phrase or the group of words we're going to write in our first box is this. Place to place picking crops. And I'll make it bigger for you in just a second.
We'll need it bigger.
Okay? Place to place picking crops. Everyone go ahead and add that to your think sheet super fast. And if you can't see it too clearly up here, guess what? It's in your book. It's the last line on page 130. So you can look in the story too. Not true. Okay? Go ahead and put your legs under. All right, everyone. Looks like they just about have the phrase. If you're still writing, that's okay. What I want you to do is talk about what you think that means. Place to place picking crops. Think about it first and then share with your shoulder partner. What do you think that phrase means? Go ahead and start talking about it.
Place to place.
When they pick crops like in the field, I think they're like meaning like they're going place to place to find stuff like that's what I mean. Like big rocks, like the place to pick crops. That's what they do. That's your only right? He held his crops all day. It was a lot of work.
If you and your shoulder partner think you know what that means, you're ready to fill in this box right here that says what I think it means. So if you've already discussed what you think it means, go ahead and jot that down in this box here. Whatever you think it means goes in that box.
I agree. They had to move. They didn't have one house. They had to live in a bunch of houses. So, over here, what I think it means. So it means that they moved them all. Is that what you want to write? Or you want to write it in different words? Because now she wants you to write down what you think it means. Yeah. What did you think it means? What you told me was moved around, moved around, moved around, moved around. What did they do when they went to another place? They picked the crops. So, yeah, why did they move? Because they had to.
When you're ready to use for speech. What do you think it means?
I think it means that. I think it means that, like when they pick crops on the field.
Are you writing that down right there? Excellent. Let's go ahead and jot it down. When you jot down what you think it means, then you can go ahead to the restroom. Okay? Finish writing down what you think it means first one. Erica, what do you think that means?
Let's see. Had to pick the crops and they used to pick the Sounds good.
All right, let me see.
Now let's see what she's going to ask you.
Where are your extra pencils? You don't have any extras? Can we have an extra pencil up here, please? Erica needs one. Thank you. All right, boys and girls, let's go ahead and share out. Because I heard some pretty smart thinking about this phrase or group of words, place-to-place picking crops. What did you share with your partners? What do you think that means? Let me, are these your numbers here? Oh, perfect. Who's number 4? Kamora! That phrase, place-to-place picking crops. What do you think that means?
That means that they went to every place and they went picking crops. The place that they went.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to stretch your thinking right now. Because I'm hearing what you're saying. You think that means they went every place picking crops, right? What made you think that? Why do you think that's what it means?
I think it means the text said that
Okay, can you read where it says they went everywhere picking crops?
I mean, they went from place to place picking crops.
So how do you know when it says place to place that that means that they're going everywhere? What else helped you to figure that out? Do you want me to come back to you? Okay, be thinking about it, okay? Number 9. Who's number 9? Miss Romina. What did you think this phrase, or what do you think this phrase means? Place to place picking crops.
I think it means when they go to the field, that when they go picking crops at the field.
Okay. And why do you think it means that?
Because it's saying place to place picking crops, that they wouldn't pick crops.
Okay, but you said that you think they're in a field. What makes you think that they're going to different fields to pick crops?
Because this is like a field.
This is like a field here? So are you telling me that you used the pictures to help you figure out what they meant when they were going from place to place? So here I can see that Romina thinks that they're going to different fields because of the pictures that she sees on that page. Right? So the pictures show a field. I'm going to write that here. Pictures show a field. Does anybody have a different word that we could use to tell us where they are in this picture? It could be a field, but it could also be called something else. Anybody know another word? Let's see. Who's number 2?
Anthony.
Where's Anthony? Anthony! Do you know what else this could be called?
Be called like a garden.
Like a garden? Oh my goodness. What makes you think it could be called like a garden?
Because they're picking crops.
Because they're picking crops there. Could we also call this a farm?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could call this a farm too. So I'm going to put here the pictures show a field, garden, or farm. And this is helping us to figure out what this phrase, place-to-place picking crops, means. Let's go ahead and look at this last section here. Kamora, before I do, was there anything else that helped you to figure out that it means they're going to lots of places or they're going everywhere? What helped you to figure that out? Say it again. From the words in the text? Okay. You know what I was thinking? Let me know if I have a brain match with anyone around this room. You didn't even hear what I have to say yet. Don't touch your brains yet. I noticed in this picture that they were driving in cars to different places.
Yep. I know that.
Right?
Brain match.
Well, I knew there were brain matches around this room. So that makes me kind of think like Kamora that they might be going to different places that they might have to drive to, right?
I know
Brain
that
matches.
too.
So this picture here showing the road, showing that they have to actually go to different farms, right? And then it says here, Tomas helped pick crops all day. It was a lot of work. When the work was done, Tomas would talk with his grandpa. And I noticed that they're again in a different field or farm here as well that they had to probably drive to, because I see the car on page 130. So sometimes The car and the pictures help us, right? So now let's go ahead and put what it actually means now that we have all of our clues from the picture and from the text. So place to place picking crops. I'm thinking about what you all shared with me. It means that they have to travel to different. Do we want to use the word farms? Yeah? Can you guys help me spell that?
F-A-R-M.
Travel to different farm. Are they only going to one farm? Are they going to many farms? Yes. So what do I have to add at the very end? I have to add an S. So let's see what we have. Travel to different farms to, well, it already says here picking crops, so I want to figure out what does crops mean, and I want to put that here.
Last box.
To pick.
Travel to different farms.
What are they picking in this picture?
Food.
We see that they might be picking some fruits in this picture, right? So I'm going to put here to pick food that is this food that is bought at a Walmart? No, this is food that is what?
In a field.
It's in a field, but it is
Grown.
grown. That's the word I was looking for.
It could be in different stores.
Yeah, after they pick it, it can be in different stores, right? Let's see what we have. What it means in the text, travel to different farms to pick food that is grown.
Travel to different farms.
Oh my goodness, you guys did such a good job of using pictures and the words to help us figure out what that phrase means. Class city class?
Yes.
Try again. Class city class?
Yes.
I want to make sure that everyone is seated and all of our chairs are pulled in under our desks. That way it makes it really easy for me to walk around and see what you're doing, and it makes it easy for me to listen to you as you share with me, okay? And then I don't have to trip or fall. Let's go ahead and turn our page and read just a little bit more of our story. And we're going to try to see if we can figure out what another tricky phrase means. That tricky group of words. Let's turn to page 132.
Travel to different farms where food is grown. She's going to read another page.
See, your head is right in the way of the words that I want to read, my love. So I need you to pull your chair all the way under your desk. As close as you can to your desk. That's better.
That's what she's got.
All right. We're looking at page 132. Finger up. Touch the first word. Waiting for a few. Marielle's got it. Melvin's on the right page. Let's get our finger down on that first word. Kimora and Shantopia, let's get our finger on the first word. Nice job, Anthony. Nigel's there. Waiting for a few. Show me you're ready, Romina. And Juan, page 132. If there's a person next to you that needs help finding the page, can you quickly help them? Thank you, that was helpful, ladies. We're ready. This time, if you want to use your voice in a whisper and read the words as I touch them with me, you can do that. Ready? Let's read. Come quick, Grandpa called. It's time for stories. Oh, I touch them. I'm sorry, I say them, you can touch them and whisper. You tell the best stories, Tomas said. I wish I could tell great stories too. Let's turn our page. Page 134, touch that first word. I love the way everyone on this side of the room is at the right page right now. Excellent. Let's touch the first word and go. Almost everyone on this side is on the right page as well. Fingers down. Thank you, Marielli. The next day, Grandpa said, we can get lots of stories for you, Tomas. When? Asked Tomas. Quick, hop in, Grandpa said with a wink. I will show you. Grandpa drove the truck up the road. Let's pause there for a second. There's a phrase that I would like us to focus on, and that phrase is right here. We can get lots of stories for you. I'm going to write that here as our word or phrase.
Some stories for you. Right there. That's what she's gonna want you to
You
write.
can add this one to your think sheet as well. We
Lots
can
of
get
stories for you.
lots
For
of
me?
Yep, that's what she's writing. Gotta write that down.
for you.
Back over there. 134, we can get lots of stories. Right here. It's right here.
All information.
Lots of stories for you.
Good thing I have my flats on today. Go ahead and just turn to your shoulder partner. What do you think that phrase or group of words means? We can get lots of stories for you. Share, and I want to listen in.
What does it mean? Grandpa says we can get lots of stories for you, Tomas.
Oh, you can stop for this. Okay.
What do you think he means by that?
You think this phrase means that we can get lots of stories?
Go to find a certain place. You can find lots of stories. You can find So,
You think that?
you think we can get lots of stories from him? He's got a book of stories. I got you. That makes sense. Could be that. Did you get it done? What do you think it means? We can get lots of stories for you. Grandpa says to Tomas. What do you think, Daniel?
It's right here.
We can get lots of. What do you think this one means? You can go back to
Tootsie
later.
Roll
What does that
Lollipop.
mean?
We don't know that.
You don't know that?
We
Let
can
me
get
teach
lots
you.
of stories.
When I say Tootsie Roll Lollipop, you say we were talking, now let's stop. So let's practice. Tootsie Roll Lollipop.
We were talking non-stop.
And then you look up at me and you stop what you're doing. Waiting for a few. Let me scan. Let me see who's ready.
When we're done, do we have enough time to read a book?
Let me see who's ready. We will have time for independent reading. Yes. All right. What do you think this means? We can get lots of stories for you. What did you share with your partners? Okay. Number 6. Marielli, what did you share?
I said,
Boys and girls, let's put our eyes on the speaker, and our speaker right now is Marielli. Let's make sure we're watching her.
We can get lots of stories for you.
Marielli, what do you think that means?
we can get lots of stories for you. You mean that they're gonna go to the library and get some books?
Okay, so I'm going to put here, go to library is what you think that means. Now, why do you think it means that they have to go to the library?
To get Tomas some
To get Tomas some books, because the library is where you get books.
Yeah.
This is very interesting, boys and girls, because in the beginning of our lesson, I said that we would be using our text, like the words, and we were going to use the pictures, but Marielle just did something super interesting, so everyone freeze and watch me. This is something I wasn't expecting to happen, but you guys are so smart that you made it happen. Marielle used just a little bit of background knowledge. Just a little bit. Do you guys know? I know. Do you know what background knowledge is?
Yeah.
Who can raise their hand and share what background knowledge is? What's your name over there?
Rihanna.
Rihanna. What is background knowledge?
Background knowledge means like when you look at the pictures, or when you see what you're trying to do, but trying to deal with the photograph, so he could know about a lot of books.
Well, I kind of hear a little bit of what you're saying. You're saying that sometimes the pictures can tell us where they might go to get books. But my question was, what is background knowledge? And that's what Marielle just used. So let's see, Rihanna, if we can listen in, and I'll come back to you, okay? Let's see if someone can add to her thinking. Yes?
Maybe it's that you go back into the story.
Oh, because you hear the word back, so that kind of makes sense. But I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of information. Our background knowledge is what we already know. Where do you go, and you can answer all together, where do you go to get books usually?
The library.
Stop right there. Did you ever have to read in a book?
No.
That you go to the library to get books? No, you practice that here in school. So that is your background knowledge. It's stuff that you already know. Okay? So, Rihanna, what's the background knowledge? It's stuff that you...
What you get for the library.
It's stuff you already know, right? Boys and girls, what's background knowledge? It's stuff that we already know. So, Marielle had a little bit of background knowledge. She shared that a library is where you go to get books, right? Let me ask you all a question. Looking at the pictures, how do you know they have to go somewhere?
Because that is tough in...
Think. Look at the picture. How do you know they have to go somewhere?
Good.
Tell the person next to you, how do you know they have to go somewhere?
It says in the sentence.
Where does it say it in the